From wherever you are watching and listening from, welcome to another exciting edition of Sister Sister. My name is AJ Akwakosapon, and I'm your host. And from now till the next 60 minutes, we're going to be going through some of the most exciting, most interesting stories from across Ghana, sent in by people like you, basically asking for direction on whatever that's going on in their lives. And I have the most amazing group of women that helped me analyze the issues so perfectly. Now, a very big thank you to our incredible location, LifeMate Furniture, for allowing us come live from there. They're located in the North Industrial Area. If you're looking for great furniture, the only place to come to is LifeMate. Now, of course, a very big thank you as well to Onga, Mama's Helping Hand, and Ghana AIDS Commission's Red Ribbon Campaign, and finally, Kel Kids Toothpaste. They are incredible sponsors and help us bring you Sister Sister each and every week. Now, when I come back, we'll be going through all the interesting stories sent in, as well getting to meet my awesome sisters for today's episode. Stay with us. This is Sister Sister. You're tuned in to Sister Sister right here on Citi TV and live on 97.3 Citi FM. Now, a pleasure to always introduce my incredible sister, starting off with her on my extreme left, the always lovely Felicia. Hi. You look lovely in red today.
Oh,
how are you
thank
doing?
you. I'm doing well. How are you too?
I'm great, thank you.
Oh, it's been a while. Oh, it's just
it's been a while, but it's good to see you.
It's good to see you too.
Someone who's enjoying blonde, being and having fun, I would hope. The always lovely Olivia.
Hello.
Yeah, the blonde is really working on, isn't it?
Thank
yeah,
you.
it's yeah, and it's matching with your top, so it's like you have a thing going on.
I don't play.
Yeah, yes you do not. Yes you do not. And someone who's doing casual chic and making it work really well. Though always lovely, Rosie. What to do?
Felicia took my red.
She did. Today you're not the red queen.
She took my red.
Today she's not the
I
red
need to
queen.
fix this.
We must. But you have some red popping.
After the show,
Then we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But it's good to have you here.
Great to have myself here.
Yeah,
And great to see you all. That's
honestly, it's always great energy when you. I make sure that Thursdays and Fridays are my favorite days of the week because I get to spend it with you lot. I know. I'm sweet, so I'm sweet. You just need to experience me. But now let's get into the letter for today, and it's quite an interesting one, a real page turner. Let's get into it. Dear sisters, I am currently at a crossroad, unsure how to proceed with my very difficult situation I find myself in. I've been married for the last 10 years to a wonderful man, and we have 3 young children. My husband is a good man, a good father, kind and generous, but my problem is his family. My husband and I are quite well to do, having worked very hard to get to the position that we are in. And my husband has also started a venture which we are both investing in to add to our lucrative jobs, as well as we're currently building a house for our family. However, his family remains a thorn in our flesh. I grew up from a well-to-do home with principal parents who ensure I and my siblings got good quality education, and now me and all my siblings are well-to-do. Yet my parents have never asked me or my siblings for a city and don't even visit regularly, except as on occasion they need to be there. However, my husband's family are the direct opposite. My husband grew up poor with a mother who struggled to put him and his siblings through school. And even though my husband has fought hard to improve himself, his siblings, on the other hand, did not, and see his success as an extension of theirs. And all they do rather is to constantly demand from him. They are constantly at our home asking for one financial help or the other. And the worst part, they squander and misuse it all. When he complains, his mother gets offended at him rather and comes to our home to cry and blame me for trying to turn him away from his siblings. AJ, can you imagine that recently my husband put his brother in charge of our small business on the side, and he ended up misusing the funds and costing us so much. But to my horror, my husband is unable to fire him because his mother came again to cry that he is his brother. And if he is fired, he will have nowhere else to go. So this brother is still in their business making a mess. Sisters, we should be saving towards the future with our money. But our money rather goes to his family who squander it because they feel they'll get more when they ask or come back. And now my investment is also stuck in it. How do I get the situation to stop without his family seeing me as a witch or worse? Ding, ding, ding. And I think we have a lot of families that are demanding, who see that one successful sibling means all of us are successful. And you are constantly going to be the bank. Me wafa, me bra, anything at all, they come running to you to get funds and literally drain you of all your savings. Now, Felicia, this lady has been placed in this situation where she's unable to get out of. She wants to do right for her family, but her in-laws prevent her from doing so. What she should be doing? How does she fix this without becoming the witch?
This is a very dicey situation, but it needs strategizing. She needs to strategize. I'm curious to understand how big the business the brother is ruining is. If left for me, they should find a way of handing over that business to the family and letting them know that this is your establishment. This is what you have now. This is what you have to deal with, and it should be a source of income for each and every one of you. If they have to put in a legal document to state how much percentage they each get from proceeds from the business, and let the mom, that's the in-law, know that this business is now for the family.
With my investments?
No, AJ, sometimes...
I put my money inside though. So he has put his money inside. It's for our children.
I understand.
Why am I giving it to my in-laws?
I understand you, but here's my principle. Sometimes to put an end to a long-term struggle, you need to make a sacrifice. And in this case, this might be the sacrifice they have to make. And make it clear to them that, brothers and sisters, in-laws, this is what you have. Make sure you earn enough to fend for the family and try and win her husband off supporting his extended family. It's going to be difficult, but it will take a lot of effort and renewal of mindsets. And I feel immediately she's able to get into her husband's head and get him to understand that this is our family. I'm going to make the sacrifice of letting go of whatever investment I have in this business for your family. But what you have to do in return is, after we do this, everything else we do is supposed to be focused or centered on our nuclear family and the future of our children. Because I won't say give them more money, because if you give them more money, they will keep coming. You can't push them away.
But you see, this is a dicey situation, because no matter how much they give them, they will squander it because they know that you are the bank that keeps on refilling.
AJ, that is why I'm telling you that I'm going to sacrifice this business for you. Put it down in documentation to let you know that I'm sacrificing this for you, and this is to end your struggle. Because I'm sure they are coming back because they don't have any mainstream income, or they don't have anything substantial going on for them.
Or they could have set them up and they destroy the businesses. That's also a possibility.
That is up to them. But until you set them up and put down, like, have an evidence of what you've done for them, there's nothing you can do. Because as human as we are, no matter how much money you give to people, they will keep saying, oh, you did nothing for me. You did nothing for me. But if there's an institution, there's a business, everybody knows that, oh, I can even go all the way to have a grand opening to say, oh, handing over ceremony, like we do weddings. Everybody should know that, oh, so and so family is handing off this business, or with a lawyer present, officially to this extended family. Make it all look glamorous. It's a trap you are setting for them. And let them understand, if they ruin it, it's on them.
But they will come back, because, again, there are siblings that you can never get rid of. But let me come to Rosie on that. Because, oh, I just came to Olivia, eh? Okay.
No problem.
Let me jump to Olivia.
No problem.
Olivia, this situation is quite dicey.
It is. And especially because we don't choose family. We don't decide who our family members are going to be. But this is a clear case of, even if you cut your head and put on a silver platter for these family members, it will make no difference. Honey bunny, you're forever going to be called a witch. Like, I know you're not one, and I know that it bugs you for them to perceive you as such. But look at it this way. At the end of the day, you are in the marriage for a good cause. You're thinking about the future of your kids. You're thinking about the future, how you guys are going to retire. And money, like I always say, is everything. At least, if not 99.9% of every marriage problem, sex and money. Those are the two main things that keep coming up in marriage. So you're not at fault to feel the way that you do. But the thing is, how do you get your husband to wake up and understand that he is not meant to be an infinite ATM machine to his siblings? Because however you want to look at it, from what she's saying, they've been giving one too many opportunities and they keep ruining it. And I'm just wondering, so what kind of empathy does the brother have to the extent of handing over a side business that belongs to you and him to a brother? Is he qualified?
Nope.
Has he gone to school? Does he have any kind of business training? Or
Not
he's
likely.
just fronting the business because it is my brother's business, therefore I am the boss, I call the shots. Meanwhile, there's absolutely no sense in his head to manage the business. Moving forward, how do you solve the situation? This is what I think. ASAP, you guys need a financial advisor. You need to know how much money is coming in and how much money is going out. Sometimes it helps for your husband, it will help for your husband to see the overall picture. You know, sometimes when you feel like money is always coming in and you're always spending, you don't appreciate the extent to which you're spending. Usually financial advisors, and Rosie is going to come in a minute and probably touch on that, but they sort of give you a perspective as to, okay, you're saving this amount of money for the next how many years, different kinds of savings. You need an emergency fund. You need savings for your kids, their college fund, university education, how much is going to go into it. You need a fund whereby maybe you're mortgaging, an investment fund, something that you're not touching over a long period of time, so that when you're retiring good, to the extent that you don't need your children to support you. You are well to do. You can sort out what your burial and everything is going to look like. That's a plan. So businesses, you have businesses all over the place and you've handed them over. So for how much loss have you made? And over the next 10 years, what's the picture actually going to look like? So I think that what you should do is to tactfully, because you can't use, this is dicey. The reason why I'm saying that it's dicey is because this man feels like he's in a position of strength, of wealth. So if he doesn't help his family, then he looks bad. And his mom keeps blackmailing him. So he needs a big slap on his face, not physically, but the reality, the picture needs to be painted to him. And it shouldn't necessarily come from you, because you've been saying all you want all this while and it's not working. Say, honey, you know what? I think that you should come with me. I feel like we need to look at our finances properly, because women, we need assurance, and then there's a word I'm looking for, we need some kind of insurance, like guarantee to know that my future is okay. Security, that's the word I was looking for. So tell him, I'm a bit iffy about the security of our future, financial security of our future. Can you please come with me? We need a financial advisor to help paint the picture clearer to us. Thankfully, hopefully he goes, and then that gets sorted. Secondly, you need a therapist. You need a counselor. You need a counselor to make your husband, tell your husband that it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no to mommy. It's okay to say no to your siblings. And let him understand, because you know, especially because he's coming from a poor background.
Right.
So his mom is
mother was
using
his
blackmail.
world. Yes.
Yeah.
Emotional blackmail.
Emotional blackmail,
cry and
like
then
me breyo,
Me-
crying,
Yeah.
but it doesn't solve the problem. Sometimes it is okay to say no, and it's okay for him to have that discussion with his mom, especially after he finishes the discussion with the financial advisor, because then they could come to some consensus and say, you know what, based on how your spending pattern, tell your mom, your family members, this is how much I am ready to allocate to you every month. So if it's 1 cedi, because I can't go past 1 cedi, 1 cedi means that I cannot fend for my family as well. I care about you, I love you, but I should also be in a position to care for them. Do you see what I mean? So you know that you don't go over the cap. It's a limit. 100 cedis, you know it's not going to hurt you, or it's not going to hurt your future financial investments, and then you can take it from there. That's what I think.
Rosie.
Finally, it has dropped.
Finally, it
I
has
wanted to
dropped.
dodge the bullet, but the bullet wasn't dodging.
Yeah.
Charlie, you see, let's take it from various angles. To start with, you see, because, like you rightly said, he's coming from a poor background. This whole blackmail about me, Breye, I suffered to take care of you. I didn't ask to be born.
That's true.
It's your duty to take care of your children. That's a fact. It's only nice that a child will grow up and reciprocate the gesture to their parents. So that gesture being reciprocated to the mother, I don't have a problem with it, but we are all siblings. I did not choose to have siblings. I don't see why I need to be perpetually responsible for my siblings.
Grown adults, on the other hand.
However, because you're in the same family, you don't want to be looking so good and then your sibling is looking like a riffraff, like, that's Rosie's sister there, that's Rosie's brother there. It doesn't augur well for you. So because of that, you know, if I have any help to give my siblings, I will do it. That being said, you also have a family of your own. You don't want a situation where your children also become like your siblings today. So you need to also set your family up. And gone were the days where, look, you can have 10 children, you don't even have enough money for them, but there's one way or the other, they would all survive. They would eat, they would even have the happiest of times. They'll recount how they used to jump walls to a neighbor's house, pluck mangoes, and now houses don't even have mangoes in there again. It's all cement and, you know, tiles and things like that. So even the food, extra food you get from a neighbor's house is not there. Things are becoming bad, especially in a place like Ghana as we speak. School fees is skyrocketing, even your investments that you are making. The question is that the yield on your investment, is it commensurate with your purchasing power tomorrow? You understand? So you need to really sit down and do a financial audit of your family so that you know what you can spend as an extra and what you need to keep as a need, as a necessity, what investments you need to make on behalf of your children, because you might be making the money now. There's no guarantee that both parents are going to be alive even the next year or the next 2 years. So sometimes prudent parents these days are doing a lot of funds and things for their children. Now, that being said, I would like to agree with Felicia on some level that sometimes when you are giving people fish, they don't appreciate it. Teach them how to fish. Or give them the net, give them all the necessary tools. And then when you're able to do that, so for instance, this business that the man gave to him and them like that, it's okay for him to let the mother, the siblings understand that the money that was used to start this business is for my family, my wife and myself. So they know that, okay, my wife is also playing part in your upkeep. You can actually start the business because it's not even easy to run a business in Ghana these days. It's not easy. So to run a business that is quote unquote small but successful, it is still no mean feat.
And for him to squander it.
Look, that is your chance. It's okay. It's not okay to say no. Sometimes you need to say no. It's look, sometimes we think everything has to be, oh, you want to say no, you have to gloss over it. You have to say it in a very nice way. Sometimes no is no. You need to be, and no, and don't say no and tomorrow, oh dear, you are my brother, so be no. Let them call you a witch. Let them call you a wizard. Listen, some of them are going to use that no as a motivation to success. But if they know that you're always there,
they will never move forward.
They will never move forward because if I had a choice between begging for money and getting it and working for money, what are you talking about?
I'll sit at home and I'll take it.
I'll sit at home, take the money. As I'm sitting here, if I had my own way,
can you imagine?
The things,
baby girl life.
Hey.
Travel tomorrow.
Every quarter I'm somewhere.
Here.
Every quarter I'm on vacation. The first one in Africa. The second one out of Africa. The third one an attempt to get into space. Or something. Yes, something like. I mean, if I had my own way, there's so much I'll do for myself. But the fact that I know that I need to work hard for my money, it puts me in check. So your siblings, your parents are not working hard for their money because they see us on ATM. And check this. Sometimes when a family seems, and I'm using this word, seems to have their life together, seems to have their act together, it's interpreted as, oh, they have so much money and they don't even know what to do with it. The fact that I choose to take my child to an expensive school doesn't mean that I have too much money to pay, but I'm investing in the foundation of my children. The fact that I choose a particular hairdo or a particular dress to wear, it's not because I have too much money to spend on an outfit, but it's because when I spend on an outfit, I don't want it to be messed up in the next week. I want an outfit that I can wear for 5 years, 6 years, 10 years, and it will still look good. You understand? The fact that I spend so much to acquire some expensive furniture from, you know, Life Mates, it doesn't mean that I'm just throwing money around. It means that I want some good furniture that can be in my home for the next 5 to 10 years. You understand what I'm trying to say? So at the end of the day, people invest in things because of the value it brings to them. But I'm tired of people thinking that because you seem to have it together, it means that you have too much money to throw around. Look, my dear, you have every reason for feeling the way you are feeling because the way the country, the world, in fact, is going, it's not easy.
At all.
If you don't plan very well for your children, if ghosts are real, you'd really be hurt. You'd be a very unhappy ghost seeing how your children are suffering if you don't invest for your children. If your husband is not willing to come along with you to see things through us, because sometimes, you know, because he also was with them when they were poor, in as much as in his mind, he feels like
the mindset.
there's an emotional way, be like, what if it was me? I was the one who was poor and I was asking my other brother, how would I feel? You let me just give it to him. That mindset will still be there. So if he's not willing to go along with you, then this is where I say that drastic times call for drastic measures. You, the wife, do the investments on your own, with or without the man's input, agreement, or knowledge. Trust me. Because at the end of the day, when push comes to shove, the man can decide to get up and leave. But I don't know how many women just get up and leave their children behind. Absolutely. So try and carry your husband along, but be tactful how you say it. Be tactful how you go about it. Let him know like you say, if you bring a proper financial analyst who put the numbers on paper, because a year's investment delayed, you have no idea how much profit you've lost just in delaying for like a year. Absolutely. So when you put everything together, then you can make a more informed decision. But if he's not willing to go with you, my dear, my advice to you is that take the bull by the horn and do your own investments for your family, and you wouldn't regret it.
Now, is the possibility of now hiding money? Because clearly, when you put it all together in a fund, when you invest in a business, the family or your in-laws will find a way of taking it and siphoning it out. Yeah. Should she start hiding, quote unquote, money away? Start putting her revenue in a separate account or investment policy where anyone...
But why would the family know how much they have in total?
Because she confides it to her husband. Let's assume she's being truthful or very open with how much she earns, how much they put towards their business, how much they work towards things together. They're building a home together. Now, it seems all these things are being curtailed because he keeps taking money where he's not supposed to and giving it to his family.
You can tell him that I'm opening a separate investment account and I need you to know that I have it available. So make it open. You're not hiding anything. If I had my way, you would find a way to be... If the company is yours, what's the accounts guy doing giving the money to your brother-in-law?
If he's managing it, he becomes a
so you need to think a step ahead or find a way to be able to say, because it's yours and it's for your husband. I'm talking about the side business, right? You should find a way of getting access to that money.
Do you know? I don't think the problem is the access. So listen, I think that they all have what they are doing, but they've opened some small business, be like, just something on the side, and they have both, and they've given that business to the in-laws. But the problem now is that after giving the business to the in-laws, they are running it down. They are running the business down, and it's paining her because it feels like my investment is there. And I'm saying that, look, this is the best thing you could have done. You gave them a whole business. It's like giving them a whole baby. Take care of the baby. They've killed the baby. Okay, go and bury the baby.
How do we stop the in-laws from coming?
Do you think?
Say no.
Do you think?
That's what I'm saying. That
do you think
he will need psychological help. He will need therapy. You need counseling because it takes a lot. Because it's deep down, and whoever the therapist is needs to go deep down within him to be able to mend the cracks that are there. Because either than that is he will never see past where he's at.
Do you think Felicia's assertion that at this particular point, let's gift the business to them. Let them use it as their way of starting off in life. And if you run it down, then it's on you.
I agree.
I completely
I
agree.
agree as
But
well.
won't they keep coming back?
No, because now
You see-
now you've equipped him with what the financial picture looks like. He's gone through therapy. You've
Right.
made him understand that it's okay to say no. You've made him understand ways in which he can also say no, especially to his mom. And now you've actually given him and you've partnered with him, just like Rosie and Felicia are saying. You partnered with him. The wife's support is obviously in the picture. So husband and wife, people, get this business. Any money you get out of there is yours. If you let it go, you let it go.
And let me tell you, and you'll be surprised that they won't run the business down. Sometimes people want to feel empowered. They want to feel like they have something they live for. I've seen family members feel reluctant helping like other members to do business, but immediately business is turned to them, they turn things around. You will be surprised, because then at that point they feel like, oh, I'm doing this all for my brothers and his wife, and they are going to enjoy it. But immediately they feel like the business is now for us. This is what we live off. When my mom comes, she will come and want, like, ask for money at the end of the month. Everybody is coming to me. They will run the business right. I've seen some happen, and it worked out. So
I agree.
Just give
I
it to them.
completely
And,
agree.
yeah.
But
and
the
start-
giving of the money, let's not continue, because you see,
That has to stop.
when family puts you in that box, the Father Christmas box, the ATM machine box, the problem solver box, the sibling who has so much money and doesn't know anything to do with it box, trust me, they keep coming and they keep coming, and their stories, the excuses.
and they begin to feel entitled. Now they will come and they will demand for you to give the money to them. Set them up. If not for that business, set them up with something else. See it through, see them doing it, and let them be. And let them understand that immediately I give this to you, I'm not going to give you a dime. And be firm on that. And that is when therapy comes
So what
in.
about hypothetically, they've done that before? What if they have done that before? They've set them up with businesses and they've run the business down.
Then it's time to cut them off.
I don't think so. What I think you could do is, okay, it's my business. I know the business. I have a dream. I have a vision. I know the objective of this company because it's my vision. So what's your vision? What do you want to do?
What if they have nothing?
Good question. They need to come up with something because you can't keep forking money out to them. Simple.
Felicia,
If
Olivia.
it's setting them up at a what do you call it? A kiosk store, provision store.
it's
I don't know. It has to
amazing.
come from them. That's what I feel.
You see, that question, what do you want to do? You'll be amazed that if you pick 20 or 30 people in this situation, it's only about 2 of them who know exactly what they want to do.
The rest
And
don't.
most of the ones who know exactly what they want to do, their requirements are very minimal. And trust me, they will get it and they will turn it around. But there are ones who come with stories. Oh, I want to do this today. I want to do this. I want to do this. Yeah, something small. You know what, Vietnam, that's all I want. You understand? So those people who are in that category, right?
Yeah.
Those people, they would always keep coming. But there are people who come to you with a game plan. That, bro, I have this business I want to do. I need like 3,000 to start it. Now, when the brothers come like that, the sisters come like that, then they are definite about what they want.
But if
they
they
are
come and say,
but when they are just coming for the no coffee,
I want to own a shop.
that one,
I want a shop.
I don't know
Selling
what.
what?
And the funny bit is that
something.
when you give the money out, you know the sad truth? The sad truth is that when you give the money out, you see exactly what they're using the money for, and it even breaks your heart the more.
Yes.
New outfits, new shoe,
Yep.
I need to look the part
fast
before I
food,
go.
fast food.
They'll do all the things you
Girls
wouldn't do.
or boys.
And they'll do all the things that you are being prudent not to do in order to
Exactly.
save
They will
money.
chop your money for you.
So, my dear,
That's sad though. Because I was thinking
I think
that
that
if
when
they
it
had
comes,
some kind
when it
of
becomes
input,
critical,
Yeah,
be able to say
perhaps.
you know,
no.
perhaps, you know,
Not-
if
not-
they had,
not
and
always.
especially because they've not been able to manage anything so far, perhaps,
Well,
I don't know, the
be
thing is
surprised.
to set it up and let them.
well, we'd love to hear your thoughts as well. Let us know. Send us a message, #sister, and tell us what your thoughts about this particular one is. If placed in this situation, how would you react? We'll talk about this and a whole lot more right after this.